Looking at these modern third-wave feminist SJW types next to kids mid-tantrum really does make you wonder, how can so many supposed adults be so irrational and bad-tempered? To try and understand these spastics, I got in touch with my good mate Dr. Layman, a respected sociologist from Germany. Here's what he had to say.
So why are SJWs basically like little kids throwing a tantrum? And lucky for you cons, there's been a really interesting debate going on in the scientific community about exactly this topic. Well, of course it had the much more neutral label of cognitive differences based on political orientation, but it's basically the question, why do liberals behave differently than conservatives do? And the answer is actually pretty amazing. Are you sitting down betting?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, really, I'm really sitting down.
Are you sure?
Why the fuck would I lie to you about whether I'm sitting down or not?
Can you make some chair noises just so we're safe here?
What? What the fuck is a chair noise? You're a strange individual, Layman.
Oh yeah, keep making those. I'm almost there. I mean, okay, good. So, SJWs are fucking insane because of biology. Let's build my case here real quick because Bering basically gave me a time budget of 2 fucking minutes.
And so Layman comes back to me with a 5 fucking minute video. I said 2 minutes, Layman! 2 minutes!
That's not how research works.
That's not how research works. Get on with it, Layman.
Fine, whatever. There are 3 papers on this issue that I'd like to share with you, starting with the 2011 paper, Political Orientations, Intelligence and Education by Rinderman, Mendoza and Woodley. This paper examines any kind of correlation between political leaning and IQ and has this to say on this issue. Intelligence is positively related to centrist political orientations. Those whose orientations are clearly right and clearly left, center left-right together, or clearly left-right together, possess independently of controlled potential biasing variables lower average intelligence.
So basically what he's saying here is that people who lean to the extreme left or the extreme right tend to be dumber cunts.
Now, you might be wondering, wait a minute, Layman, 95 is less than 98, so conservatives should be throwing tantrums more often. The thing is, IQ is only a tiny part of the whole story. The second paper I'd like to share with you today is Political Orientations Are Correlated with Brain Structure in Young Adults from the year 2011 by Carney, Feldin, Firth and Rees. This paper shows that the more liberal a person is, the higher the level of activity in the anterior cingulate cortex, and the more conservative a person is, the higher the level of activity in the right amygdala. In layman's terms, this means
Layman's terms.
conservatives use the amygdala more, which is a region associated with emotions and related memory making, basically making conservatives a bit more susceptible and better at handling emotions. An often cited example of this is that conservatives are better at reading threatening faces and situations. Liberals, on the other hand, use their anterior cingulate cortex more, a brain region associated with handling uncertainty, conflicting situations and conflicting information, basically making liberals more resistant against confusing and convoluted situations, but also making them more prone to find themselves in such a situation. Just stick with me for science, okay? Jesus. The last paper I'd like to share with you is the 2008 paper, The Secret Lives of Liberals and Conservatives, Personality Profiles, Interaction Styles and the Things They Leave Behind, by Carney, Just, Gersling and Potter. This paper states the following. Theoretical connections between decor style and political orientation have yet to be fully worked out. One potential mechanism linking them draws on the finding that conservatives tend to be lower than liberals on sensation seeking. Liberals and conservatives may use their living and work environments to regulate their arousal levels. Conservatives' bedrooms tend to include more organizational items, including event calendars and postage stamps. In general, conservative bedrooms were somewhat cleaner, neater, fresher, organized and well lit. They were also significantly more likely to contain household cleaning and mending accessories. The bedroom of liberals contained a significantly greater number and variety of books, including books about travel, ethnic issues, feminism and music, as well as a greater number and variety of music CDs. Liberal bedrooms also contained a greater number of art supplies, stationery, movie tickets, and a number of items pertaining to travel. Now it's basically just a matter of counting 1 and 1 together, or in this specific case 1 and 1 and 1. SJWs throw tantrums like that because A. Lower average intelligence, B. Less emotional understanding and more open and prone to conflict, and C. Disdain for anything normal, praise for anything open. If you put all of that together, you get one hell of a powder keg, ready to go at any second. And if we look at the examples you've provided so far, my hairy dude, we'll find that most, if not all of them, are being confronted with someone or something that does not subscribe to their own brand of openness, something they biologically have a very hard time of coping with, and the likelihood of flat out throwing a tantrum increases because of their intelligence. So there you have it. A very simple, quick and broad look into the minds of SJWs and conservatives. Keep in mind, all of this is basically just what I think about the issue, so I might be completely wrong on everything. You know, by the way, a fantastic way to discredit my entire segment. I hope you enjoy this mess. Back to you, Baring.
Thank you, Dr. Layman. Very insightful and slightly weird as always.